Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kaotic TV again with another reaction video. This one's gonna be Alex Jones on the Louder with Crowder show, and he's talking about how he's gonna pay the $1 billion settlement that he was ordered to pay. If you don't know anything about this whole situation or anything about Alex Jones, he's a conspiracy theorist for the last 15-20 years. Been talking about from everything behind the elite, from the Bohemian Grove to false flags to Sandy Hook, which is the major thing that the government fixated upon him, and that's what the settlement was majorly about. InfoWars, his business, and to shut him down. He was shut down on every platform from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And yeah, it's just been a huge thing over the last 6 months to a year. I would say longer than that, 2 years probably. And I followed him over time. Don't necessarily believe a lot of what he says, but there are things that he spoke about before they came out, such as Epstein and all that Epstein Island stuff, where the mainstream media or no one was talking about it, and he was. And he would bring out a lot of off-the-wall crazy stuff. You know, he would go on Rogan, talk about just crazy things, and half the time he's high, half the time he's speaking out, you know, of his rear end. But in the same instance, there's a lot of things he was bringing attention to that, come to find out, yeah. So as always, go ahead and throw a like on this video, comment, subscribe. We're doing really good. We're up to 336 subscribers last time I checked. The comments, likes, engagement's doing really good. I appreciate y'all to the fullest. Let's keep it up. We share this with other people. Let's go. Let's get into this
stuff, and I talked about it in the cold open today's show.
I appreciate you.
When you're ready, just roll. I guess you're rolling it from his end.
No, we'll roll it from our end then. Go ahead and roll it, guys.
All right.
But we will be at it as long as it takes. And if you're out there right now and you're one of Alex Jones's audience members and you're giving him money, I just want you to know that based on the jury's verdict today, it's not a very good bet. And to go back to what Robbie Parker said, all Alex Jones does is take from you, exploit you, lie to you, feed your fears and your anxieties and your mistrust. And the only person that benefits in that equation is him. Well, that stops. That's stopping today, thanks to the courage of these families. Thank you very much. Thanks, Senator.
All right, so what he just said there is, we don't want money from Alex Jones. And I want to explain to listeners. We're going to appeal this.
Then they ask for money.
Get overturned.
Then they ask for money. We don't want the $900 million from Alex Jones, damn it. You can make that payable to cash.
Absolutely. So if I can, I'm chomping at the bit because there's so many angles to this, Stephen. Number one, I don't have $3 million cash in my company and my personal stuff. I have enough to operate and you know, pay the bills and legal. I got a nice house, got decent cars, but I don't worship things. So that them trying to take money away from me means nothing, and it'll actually make me work harder to expose them. I'd work for free exposing them, so they're never going to silence me without killing me or putting me in prison.
Right.
And so that which doesn't, you know, kill me only makes me stronger. But they specifically say over and over again, they want me taken off the air. They want me bankrupt. Okay, so we're in Chapter 5, Chapter 11, Subchapter 5 bankruptcy. That isn't liquidation. It's where we do a plan to the federal government. We say, okay, you can have the future profits towards all these lawsuits in the future in a 5-year plan. And there's not much profit around here, so my crew stays hired, we stay on air, it becomes a zombie organization is what they call it, because now any profit, but they're not allowed to fire people or do all that stuff. The operation continues on, the listeners support it, and then whatever extras there, they get paid. That's in 2 years at least, even if this isn't overturned on appeal. So they announce it's the end of Alex Jones, it's all over. It's all more hype, more fraud, more disinformation. So that's what they just did here. And I have more clips of them specifically saying,
can I ask you a
we
question,
want
Alex?
to take him out.
And I'm not trying to cut you off, but some of these questions are just because it's hard for me to find the truth, the answers on it. I know we talked about the cap. We talked about the cap in Texas, right? On I believe it's is it punitive damages?
Yes.
Is there a cap in Connecticut, or are you, unless it is overturned on appeal, are you on the hook for the hundreds of millions of dollars?
The short answer is they lie and say I owe $50 million in Texas. It's about 5.6. There are caps. It's in the state law. They can't overturn it.
Right.
It's different in Connecticut. The unfair trade practices, or cutmar, however they call it, that is unlimited, and that is up for the judge to decide. So she's going to come back next week and probably hit me with $1 billion more. So all the other ones do have caps, but because there's 15 plaintiffs, they're all capped at, I forget the number, like $4 million. So $10 million is more money than I can get them.
Of course.
$50 million is more. $1 billion, it's all a joke at this point. It's like saying, we're going to cut you into 20 million pieces. Well, if you cut me in 5 pieces, I'm going to die.
Right.
So like, we're going to drop 25 nuclear bombs on Alex Jones's house. And I'm like, I think 1 nuclear bomb would probably kill me.
Probably.
So we're going to shoot 20 million bullets into you instead of 5 bullets. So this is all overkill. It's just the left having a temper tantrum. They want to scare everybody else and get a bunch of other lawyers to file lawsuits to come after all the conservatives and all the nationalists and all the patriots. And I really appreciate you letting me get that out there, because it's so frustrating to be kind of only have my show that has a big audience, but it's compartmentalized because of censorship. It's very hard to actually get the truth out there.
No, it's not just censorship,
so people
Alex.
understand.
It's not just censorship. It's cowardice. You and I have had conversations, obviously off air, where I wouldn't say called you to that, but I've said I don't agree with this. I don't like that. Remember, I told you. I remember early on the show saying I don't like that you sometimes stir up infighting with conservatives. I remember you saying, you know what, I used to do that more, and I've decided the left is a more important enemy. We've had very strong disagreements. I felt compelled to have you on because some of the biggest figures in our movement, who, by the way, agreed with all of some of your quote unquote conspiracy theories that I thought were incorrect, they didn't have you on. It is censorship. And it's cowardice from people on the right. And by the way, I've experienced that too. I've experienced that for jokes that then people on the right will take out of context. So my issue is not so much with the left being the left, right? It's like being mad that a crocodile bites you. I'm mad with people on the right who aren't doing it. Let me ask you, Alex, really, point blank. I know you talk about appeals. How scared are you right now?
I am way more scared about the direction the country's going in if they admit this is a formula for everybody. I mean, while the right wing laughs, some of them, and says, oh, it's just Alex Jones, they're on every channel saying we're coming after everybody now with this model. And they've even got the Republican Secretary of State in Texas saying we want to come after Republicans that question election fraud. Give me a break. So you have the rhinos, the neocons, the rabid left allied together against the populist uprising of nationalist Americans who are peacefully trying to take our country back. So I'm way more concerned about nuclear war. I'm way more concerned about financial collapse. I mean, here's a good point, Stephen. Quite frankly, the way inflation's going, the way it accelerates towards Weimar Republic or Zimbabwe, in 10 years, there's such inflation, $1 billion will be like $1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, at the current rate we're at here, so
be like pesos.
No, I'm not scared. I am disgusted, and I really feel proud of myself.
That's what they're saying.
Because I've told the truth about this. I've said when I was wrong. They have created this whole synthetic identity for me, the straw man, and then they sat there and had to lie to a jury and suppress the truth and tell them I was guilty and rig this kangaroo court so I myself can hold my head tall. But I am in general very concerned for my children, for the country in the future, because of the rapid acceleration into total and complete corruption.
Yeah, definitely interesting. So essentially, he's saying there's not much he can really do, but they can't hold him accountable when this company is not really making $1 billion. That's insane. Maybe, I just don't know. Maybe that's future profits that they felt that he was going to make over time, and how much he's benefited from defamation of the families from Sandy Hook. Man, That's crazy. I mean, it's a lot more than just that. He's been fighting a lot of people for the longest time, bringing out stories, and they've been after InfoWars and Alex Jones for a long time, trying to silence him and what he's been saying. I mean, Rogan was even talked to by them, telling him that, like, you should think twice about having him on, and he doesn't care. But it's quite interesting. But yeah, hope you liked this video. As always, the link will be in the description to the original video. We're on the quest to 1,000 subscribers, so be sure you subscribe, like the video, comment. Let me know what you would like to see in the future, what type of videos. I might start doing music. We shall see. Music videos. You can check my music out, Kaotic 1, over on my other YouTube music channel. And as always, much love. Peace out. Be safe.